Hello, and welcome to see the progress of Final Fallacy, progress report number 4. If you want to see more progress of Final Fallacy, please leave a like for the video, a comment and share. I do appreciate that if that happens. And now, let me show some process I've done. This is the beginning village you have seen few months ago. There's some progress I've been doing. I can show you a few things what I've been doing. There's actually a lot of things. There's a lot of templates here, but a lot of other things as well. One of the things we worked on were waypoints for movements and such. There actually is like the characters are actually moving like on the roads and such when they're moving. Also, look at the visual sides. I do like the changes on the visual sides. I do like it. Also, we worked on the bridges. For some reason, it's missing. I'm going to be fixing that to be sure. Also, I'm actually fix that soon. But yes, there's this gym that we've been working on near the beginning village. There's this forest gym here. That is a very lovely thing. It's kind of like this sort of a remark, if you remember, if anyone here has played Digimon World, a game called Digimon World. There's this lovely green gym in the game. It's one of my favorite childhood games. And I just also near where I live, there's this free forest gym here also that has just like forest, some running tracks, and some kind of like a gymnasium things, like some kind of like a things that you can kind of go get up on with your hands and get more strength. And I do want to implement that sort of thing. I do like that sort of thing, especially in the beginning village. You're going to see some this sort of like you can exercise and stuff, but they are going to be always they're always going to be costly. Except this one. This is going to be free every time. One of the reasons you should always return back home. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Also, we've been working on the cemetery. This is still work in progress. The idea is when your character dies, one of your characters, it's going to be spawning the cemetery over here. There's still some bugs with that, with the visual side of things and such. I'm going to be, still working on them, but I do like where it's going, and this is the kind of there's a lot of room for the dead characters to be sure. I'm not sure how it's going to fill up yet, but the system has been put to place, and I'm going to be fully interested seeing where this whole thing leads. I'm sure of it. Also, when going forward here, you can see the visual side of the village, some shopping things we've been working on. It's not yet fully visually functional, but one of the things that is functional when we go to here and we go to that just inside of the whole thing, you can see that the inside of the buildings have been also being worked on. There's still some unfinished progress. But usually in games, when you make inside places, the inside and outside are not connected in any way, shape, or form. Instead, in Final Fallacy, when you go inside of a building, the buildings actually exist, as inside things. You can actually see other characters going inside, and they are actually going inside of those places, which I do like it. It makes more immersion. With the maps, and also the buildings are always realistically sized. If you go outside, if we go back outside again, yes indeed, we go back outside. Yeah, wonderful. It's like this. The size is the same. There's a lot of still work on the inside visuals, but I do like where it's going. Very comfy looking, and of course there's some of that like placeholder things, but I'm going to be working on that because I cannot work on the resources all the time. I have to be working on the systems. One of the systems also is that you can go swimming and such. It works. I think 90% of the time. I still have to do some function research, especially when looking like these cannot be shown, and of course you cannot see anything like this here when you go swimming. But the thing is, when you go swimming, it's kind of like there's a extra space beyond the ground usually, as you can see like this. Oh boy, when you go to the water, it's like, oh yeah, there's some extra space in there, and it's quite lovely. This lovely little effect on there, and if it's black tile, you cannot really rise up from the black tile. You have to go to the light tile in order to go and rise back to the surface, which I do like. It makes the world pretty neat. I think that is mostly about that. Also, starting to work on other maps, because you know, you might say like, Elias, why you have only worked on like this one map? Like it's really the thing. If I have every system ready from the first map, it's going to be much easier to go to the other maps. And there has been a lot of iterations with the village. You have seen even in some of the previous videos, but now I think it's starting to get some shape back into it, indeed. And now when we go to these other maps here, when we go like from here, you can actually travel to other maps. If we go, let's say, like down here, you go to this place called Ölatti. You transfer from here to here, and actually work. I have the system like ready for it already, but I can actually show it a little bit. I go to I have the map character over here. There's nothing really visual. There's just like a number 1. Well, number 1 there because I'm actually working currently on a system to have visual equipment on. I'm being already able to make it ready, but I have to still implement it to all of the scenes that we have, especially like death scenes and all this sort of thing. Yep, it's going to still take some time, but of course, time is on our side. We have been working well, and work is going forward with the game. So I'm very much looking forward to where we get this going. Of course. Still going to take some time because you know, work is work. You know, games take a lot of time in order to make ready, indeed. And for some reason, this is now loading a little bit. I suppose it's going to take some time. Who knows? But anyways, like we have this system that we can actually transfer people from map to map, which is pretty neat. Oh, here we go. Here we go. It's ready. Good stuff. Okay. So as you can see, it's a bit loading because I'm recording this at the same time. Usually the performance is pretty neat. I have to still, of course, do some performance fixing and such. Alright, here we go. Here's our character. As also, like if you notice, when on the road you move much faster than in other places. It also applies to other characters as well, which is pretty neat. If you go like wee, it's slow, but now it's fast. Yay! That's why you want to use the road. Now let's go up here. Here we go. And now we are back on the other map. Yay! That's very neat. Let's just wait a little bit. The agility system, as you can see on the down right corner here, you can see that there's this agility meter. I still have to balance it a little bit. If you get too tired, you cannot really go fast. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. Still going to take some time going down here because I got myself exhausted. Here we go. And now we're back on the other map. Like that. Like that's how it works. Very lovely, very lovely. Still some work to be done, of course. But I do like where it's going. Especially now the world is opening up. There's quests are opening up and such. I'm going to be streaming some process on my other channel today on the creation of this called RPG Maker Wiz. I'm going to be streaming some process of the game and seeing how it goes. I hope you're going to be joining us to see where that leads. Thank you for following the process of Final Fallacy. Please subscribe for the channel if you enjoyed. Also like the videos. And what's more coming in the future, we shall not know. But I hope you follow the process. And I hope you enjoy, because a lot of things are going to happen. All the best for you. See you next time.